For those that know me, most of 2020 has been my first year on YouTube. And as I look back on the first year of YouTube, I look at how far I've come and I look at how far I've grown with the different skills, the different assets that I've built up from learning from different filmmakers on YouTube, like yourselves. I've gone from one video to the next, from one client to another tutorial, learning different things each and every time. Every time I watch a different video, a different tutorial, there's something new that I grasp, that I use, and that I implement into my filmmaking for myself and for my channel. So if you're joining me for the first time on this channel, thank you. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. I think that's one of the most things that most of us don't have enough of. It's time. And I think that we can always strive for more time. I look back at most of the videos that I've made this year, from the first video that I made for a friend of ours with an iPhone 8, a wedding video, simply made from the sidelines of attending the wedding with my wife, and we've actually transformed that into a proper video for my YouTube channel. Unfortunately, due to copyright of music and not understanding that in the beginning of YouTube, I wasn't able to keep that video on the channel. It's now made private, which no one can actually see it. But you would have seen some of the highlights a couple seconds ago. Going from the first video made on an iPhone 8, it inspired me to try and expand and to learn different things, to try and use a correct or a proper editing software, Premiere Pro. Once I dived into Premiere Pro, it took me to different places, different opportunities, different skill sets, different capabilities of expanding on the filmmaking industry. Once diving into Premiere Pro, I then expanded into making different types of films. I led on to making a short film called The Cave Beyond the Valleys. That short film was primarily shot with a GoPro 7. From the actual short form of The Cave, I started to expand, the creativity started to build, I started to learn different tutorials, I started to watch more tutorials, I started to learn from different filmmakers, I started to learn different skill sets, and I started to implement them one video after the next. Shortly after The Cave, we went on a baby moon, which is our last little holiday before we actually had our baby girl arrive in April. And upon that little short holiday, we actually interacted with an actual wild elephant. When I say wild, it's in Bayeti game reserve, but you're able to interact with him, Rambo and Rachel. Those were one of the most incredible moments that we can actually look back on in 2020. 2020 may have been a bit of a rough year for most, maybe for you, maybe for your friends, your families, but I think it's a year for me and my wife to remember as a blessing. We received the gift last year, August, when we actually fell pregnant, and in April this year, during lockdown, we actually gave birth to a baby girl. There's no videos, there's no actual footage of her yet, but time, again, is one of the things that we all don't have enough of. So when that time comes, the videos will present themselves. From going on from Bayeti, the baby moon, led on to a couple other scenes, such as lockdown. And during lockdown, I learned how to do a 21-kilometer run in 21 days, 1 kilometer every single day. And we learned how to run around our houses, through our houses. We learned how to do different exercises. I think everyone's become personal trainers at the end of the day, because new videos were booming every moment of the day. But I think the biggest thing that we learned about lockdown is that we need to appreciate what we have and what we don't actually need. Shortly after that, I started to head into different types of videos, different types of scenes, collaborating with different artists, different photographers, other videographers. And it took me to Seaton Manor House, where I was able to actually collaborate with different artists and produce different videos. I started to get different client work, where we're able to do some athletic work, chasing the athletes on the roads, in the cars, behind the athletes, actually running with the gimbal, with the Ronin-SC behind the athletes, literally foot by foot, and running at their speeds. With doing that, we're able to capture the moment as it's happening, in the epic moment of the powerhouse of athleticism. I think the best thing about the moment of capturing something so fast paced is actually feeling the heat of what the athlete is actually going through. From all these videos, I think the biggest thing that I've learned is that you can always learn. You have to learn from one video to the next. You have to go from one stepping stone and grasping onto the next and trying to actually keep on learning. I think with videography, there's nothing that is complete. It's evolving every single moment. It's continuously evolving and we can always learn. And I think it's going to continue to evolve and grow as time goes on. Shortly after all these videos of this year, we head into October. And October was quite a busy month. I think we had about 3-4 events that month. The one event that was a highlight for me was that I was able to actually capture my sister's wedding. We headed down to the south coast to the Fontana venue and we were able to capture what it was an extraordinary event. It was quite a fun day to work along with Sasha. We were able to capture that and the video was actually exactly what I wanted to portray of the day. Shortly after that, I headed into Tyler Game Reserve where I actually met up with Kyron Allen. And I met up with him and I said, dude, you need to actually have a videographer, and there was no one that was going to capture his day for him. So I said to him, I'll do it. I'll do it. No charge, free charge. And I said to him, you have to have someone to capture your special day, especially your wedding day. And I think it was one of those days where it was hot. It was 33 to about 42 degrees the whole day from the morning up until the afternoon. I actually had a bit of a drone cut on the finger, which actually led to a bit of a sketchy end of the day, but nevertheless, we ended the day off with a bit of a bang. And I think everything went well for that day as well. Shortly after that, December arrived. We headed off to Johannesburg for the first time since we've had our little baby girl. And we had her first airplane flight, which actually went well. We had some fun, not so great times, and I think we enjoyed the rest of the stay up in Johannesburg. I think after 1 year of being on YouTube, there's many things that I've learned. There's things that I've learned that no one else can actually explain. I can't explain. I think YouTube teaches you how to interact with people. YouTube teaches you how to actually teach. YouTube teaches you how you can actually learn yourself and how you can expand on your skill set. I've learned various things on YouTube and I will continue to learn other things on YouTube as time goes on. But I encourage you to dive into YouTube. I dive into searching those different things that you actually want to learn in this life. Whether it's a musical instrument, whether it's a different skill set, whether it's a photography, a videography, or something that you don't even think is possible of learning on YouTube. I bet you that you will find someone teaching you, giving you tutorials on how you can actually grow and how you can perhaps even start a business from YouTube. So I challenge you to search for that thing and go and learn a new skill set. I encourage you today to learn that different skill set. And after 1 year, don't you mean we? Where did you come from? I mean, what happened to? Yeah, but I'm busy. Like I'm talking to the people. I mean, I'm like the one who's. Yeah, but you can't just you can't just running like the camera. You can't just like producing. Interrupt us because I mean, what happened to we? We're live currently. Yeah, I know you're live. We're currently talking to the camera. Yeah, they have to see me. But you know what I mean? Like when I say I mean we, like you know. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So like, I mean, Gentle Giant Productions is like, I get it, 3 people or more. So I mean the editor's busy editing at the moment. So I mean, okay. Yeah, but I'm busy talking. Yeah. So he gets what I mean. Okay. You get what I mean. And at the end of the day, okay. For all of those that have subscribed to the channel, every one of you. I've got about 105 subscribers to the channel and I want to thank you personally from the bottom of my heart for supporting me, for watching my content and continuously keeping up to date with what I'm actually posting. I promise you 2021 is going to be a busy year, it's going to be a good year, there's going to be a lot of content that's going to be produced, There's going to be a lot of videos that are going to be released, and I bet you that 2021 is going to be the best year yet. Heaven forbid that COVID doesn't continue to expand as it has in 2020. So from the bottom of my heart, from Gentle Giant Productions, from Wesley Poole, I want to thank you for joining into my channel, for supporting me, and for watching my content. Have a great Christmas, have a blessed season, stay safe, and see you in 2021.